All right, so you can't say shut the fuck up.
Damn.
You can't say fuck. You can't say shit. You can't smoke weed. Oh, we're live, people.
Oh, shit, fantastic.
We're just bitching about our Instagram.
Hey, man, so today is our pleasure. The philosophers in the building with me, co-hosting this one. It's our pleasure to have Mark and Craig, the Pot Brothers at Law. What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
It's all good, man. We're glad to be here.
We're glad to be back.
Are those props,
That's
man?
right.
Are those props weed? Or what is that? That's tobacco, right? That's tobacco.
Yeah, it is.
This is the real deal.
It's actually the new thing now is it's broccoli.
That's right.
We rolled up our really great broccoli. And
That's old school, man.
And you
Nowadays,
can't-
it's imitation weed.
Hey,
You know?
you gotta love that, right?
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
You gotta love
Actually,
that.
you know what? I kind of love that on the joint, though, because anytime you smoke and somebody starts storytelling, just be like, hey, bro, what the fuck
Read these 25 words.
right, leave it out there.
There you go.
So let's give people. We did an interview with you guys way back when there's a pre-COVID and after COVID. It's instead of AD. That was
December 5, 2020.
There you go.
We were live with you.
But we couldn't smoke with you, man. That was a problem, man. You know, now we're here in the building. We'll let
Yes.
you get one rolling. But let's give people a little history about you guys. First of all, are you guys really attorneys, bro?
We actually are really attorneys.
We are really attorneys. We're really brothers, and we really smoke pot. It's all true. Pot Brothers at Law.
It's not just a scam, huh? It's
It's live. I fucked
Started
up
out
with
as a
mine.
joke.
no, so how did it start out? Because this is something that you don't see at all, but other than you guys. So how did this whole journey start for you
Well,
guys?
we had separate practices. He's 10 years practicing law before me, and he had his office. I was doing criminal defense right out of the gate since 1996. Prop 215 came out, started representing cannabis patients. My brother had always done business law and business matters. And we had our separate offices. Every once in a while, we would, do something together if it was merging for some reason. And then his son,
It's all because of him.
Jay Cures,
It is.
who, as a criminal defense attorney, and him as my nephew, I represented over the years. And then he caught a couple of cases, felonies, and we didn't want to represent him because, doctor doesn't operate on their, it's your family. You get emotional. So we thought it was more prudent to go find an attorney, and which we did. And long story short,
cocksucking motherfuckers.
Those fucking
figured it was
attorneys,
going that
huh?
way.
Those fucking.
Dude,
you want to tell that
Dude, I
part?
went in there. I'll try to make it as
Nutshell
short as
it.
possible.
Nutshell.
But I
Take
went
your
in.
time,
I
take
went
your
in there
time.
with my kid, and we're in there going. And my kid's little. I mean. He was ready to go to jail. This is the very this he had 4 felonies. It was over an alleged grow that he had. Well, he had a grow in his manufactured home.
patience.
And but
And
he had all the proof
doing
for
it-
patients, because when he came to us and said we want to do this, we're like, all right, we don't really know this, but we're going to go learn it. And we got ourselves up on the law back then with patients and cooperatives and
Right.
and he had all the
Membership.
paperwork. And long story short, he got busted. And it was during this time we went and found a lawyer. My son's like, dude, I did not give them consent to come into this place. Did not give them consent, and they came in. It was a bullshit reason. And we're like, well, we can fight it, but if we don't win on no consent, you're fucked. And he's like, I didn't give consent. Body cam, video, audio. And he's like, I'll go to fucking jail. Like, I mean, he comes
I'm doing
from,
everything right.
He comes from, 20 years ago, he knew the players in the game at that ground level.
Right.
And he was going, I'll go to jail. Fuck it.
He was tough it out.
He's like, I'll go to jail. Fuck it. And so we went and found these lawyers. We're going to fight. And we ended up
They
being
were brothers.
Two brothers. We wanted one of the brothers. I said, we want you to go to court, because we know how people can complain. They come, they hire a lawyer, and then they send some fucking schmuck. And we want you to go. You're the tough one. The other guy looked kind of like a dork anyways. I don't know, say that, but he did. And we're like, we want you to go. And so the very first appearance, and we're like, and we want to fight this, and there's no settling, and blah, blah, blah. Very first appearance, my brother goes. They had never met him. So
I was just in sweats and a t-shirt.
So my brother goes and tell him just real quick, tell him what happened, because it's important. That we actually do tips about this. When you hire lawyers, make sure they don't do shit like this, and you got to really watch who you go to, how much they charge you. Literally, if you're paying cheap, this is what's going to happen to you. This is what's going to happen to you. If you're I found a lawyer. Let's say we wanted $7,000.
Probably happens.
Some guy can probably do it for $2,000. This is what'll happen to you.
So as he was already told, there's no deals. I'm going to fight this. I was doing everything right. And so the criminal defense attorney and the DA come out into the hallway, right? My nephew is inside the courtroom. They come out to the hallway. I go out. I sit like on the same bench near them. And I hear the DA offer.
And who'd they send? The guy we didn't want.
Oh, right. They sent the other brother. They sent the dork. They sent the fucking dork. They did, and he was and doofus. He was like, yeah, I'll get my client to say, and they offered two felonies instead of 4, and I think it was like
home confinement or something.
60 days home confinement or something like that.
Bracelet.
And this guy goes, yeah, I'll talk my client into that one.
Oh shit,
that's good. And then I just sat in the hall as they walked in, and I just waited because I was waiting to hear my nephew. And I'm in the hall. Okay, now, if you know my nephew, if you know Jake yours, don't do him wrong. Don't lie to him. Just be straight up, honest, and that's the kind of kid he is. And 2-3 minutes later, I fucking told you I'm not taking a deal. And that's not the first time he's done that in front of a judge.
Oh shit.
The first time he did it in front of a judge, well, and I got to tell this now because I just thought of it. There was a nasty custody battle, and he didn't want to go be with his mom. He wanted to be with dad. And we went, and one day, he's with his dad on the day that the papers say he's supposed to be with mom, and the cops come. He's being held there, and all the lies you could think of. This is the queen of all of those,
right?
Like for real,
fun one.
There's just the queen, and my brother said, hey, and he's what 13, 14 at the time,
yeah, and
he said, look, I stood up for you in court, and I said he wants to be with me. If you go, I'm gonna probably go to jail. If you go,
no. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
At some point, he was like, Dad, he didn't want to go to mom's, and I'm like, there's the thing that says you got to be there. If you don't go, I'll get in trouble. Blah blah blah. Then we talked to his lawyer at the time, and he said, look, if he doesn't want to go, he doesn't have to go. He's old enough, but you can't be seen to make it like you're in the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I told him one day, if this happens, because it was an actual, I hate to even say this could happen, and it did. Your mom can call the police, and they can come and show the papers, and I'm going to be like, you can do whatever you want, kid. You can do whatever you want. You don't want to go, you don't have to, no matter what they say to you. And they, sure enough, one day it happened. They came to the door, and they took me, and they walked me down like I was a criminal down my driveway, and started asking me like my questions about my ID. I go, you came to my fucking house. Actually, they tried coming in my house.
Oh, you said no.
Oh, he's got a foot in. I'm like, excuse me, like just your ID. I go, you came to my house. Fucking my ID. Like, so I have. He goes, so there's papers, and your kid's supposed to be with the mom, and you're really not letting him go. And I go, do I have the dumbest criminal on my forehead? I go, he understands. He's free to go. If he wants to go, he doesn't want to go, that's his decision.
Yes.
And they went up, and they went to the door, and he stood there, and they were like, you got to go. And he's like, I'm afraid of the new guy. You go there and hide. They said this shit to him. And he ultimately said no. And they had to leave. They had to go back and tell what's her name that, hey, it's civil.
The queen.
So now we had to go back into court to get the orders made and changed, right? So that's when we go into court, and he has his minors counsel, and he goes into court, and the judge and his attorney and him go back into the back in chambers, and all I heard was, I don't want to fucking go to my mom's. And the judge was telling him, you really, the kid needs his mother, and just like trying to get in, and ultimately, and that was it. And then the orders were made, and he didn't have to go.
Yeah, because my ex, actually, I hate to throw it in, but she thought, oh yeah, what's going to happen? And sure enough, they came out, and from the judge's order, the kid's attorney wrote, Jarrett can go whenever he wants or not.
Oh shit!
Damn.
He doesn't have to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that was anyway, that's the first time he had to like stand up.
That's the first time into a judge, right? So he's got no problem. So Fast forward, we're in that court. I hear that. And
so anyways,
and then
long
I
story
left.
short, we fire him. We go down there, we scream and we fire him. We end up doing the case. We get the case dismissed on a motion because the motion was they didn't have probable cause. And most attorneys don't bring these motions because it's time. Okay. And they can do $2,500 a pop, 5 of them a day, and get people down, sell them down the road. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
And the cop was a liar.
I'm probably we're doing the wrong thing because we're not making as much. But that's not why we do it. So, we get it, and if there's a motion to be made, we make the motion. So we made the motion. There's video and audio of this whole thing. And sure enough, the cop in this very first case, because years later it happens again, refused to go testify on the stand based on what his report said, where Jarrett gave consent, and based on what the video and audio showed.
Oh, she was a perjurer himself.
Liar.
And he didn't go on the stand. So without him on the stand, case dismissed.
Shit, nice.
Well, and then try to get this out of the way. And then 4 years later, a couple years later, he's after having a storefront and this and that, he went to a delivery service and he got pulled over for some dumb reason as he had.
He
a
was on
delivery
his
service.
phone,
and he didn't give consent.
Bro.
He gave the cop our card. On the back of our card, it says, "I do not consent." She goes, she didn't care. She didn't care. She smelled it, got him out of the car, sat him on the curb. And you can hear him say, "What gives you the right to do this?" And she just fucking, searches and found all this shit because he was selling it.
Now,
no, he consented, she said.
So now that you bring that up, if a cop if they pull you over, they have to tell you first of all why they're pulling you over.
They're
In
supposed to.
California.
They're supposed
to, right?
In
Yes.
California, they're supposed to.
If your car smells like cannabis, but there's no weed, there's nothing, and they tell you, "Hey, your car smells like cannabis," can they pull you out of your car?
No,
Okay, that's a loaded question.
Two different questions.
Okay, let me break down the question. Okay. In California, the smell alone of cannabis is not probable cause to search you or detain you any way, shape, or form.
Unless you're under 21.
Unless you're under 21.
Gotta throw
Okay.
that
Then
in.
you have to do all that shit. Or then it's cause to check. But if you're over 21, it is not grounds for anything at all, the sole reason of cannabis. Now, can they get you out of the car? We recommend you comply and complain later.
Okay.
Okay, because we always do a series on our page, Pop Brothers at Law on IG, where what does a lawful order mean? We get that all the time. It's not your business. You're not going to argue what a lawful order is on the side of the road. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
The Mims case says you have to get out of the car.
And the Terry's case says they can frisk you for safety. There's all these cases that just a hair trigger, like the NFL guy. If he hadn't rolled his window back up, probably wouldn't have happened. If he hadn't rolled his window back up and just got out of the car,
it would have been
like that asshole was telling him to do, who was totally out of line. I still believe he was out of line, but when you break it down and why a lot of these guys get away with what they're doing is because they're following this archaic case law that allows them this right to do this still. So we say if you've got body, you're going to lower your, I ride a Harley, you got to lower your risk levels any way you can.
Right. Yeah.
And if you want to walk away from one of these, the whole script, we can go over that later, is be polite, know your rights. Yeah. And if they're going to kick your ass, they're going to do it anyways.
This is true.
Actually, can I cut you off there? Because I actually had a question on that. Because that's kind of like the way I try to go about it. When I have somebody that's on a power trip, a new guy, it's always just, yes sir, no sir, deal with it later. But for the example, for the NFL guy, right? What if he's going to get out, do you think it's fair to say to roll your windows all up, lock your doors, then step out of the vehicle, right?
Well, the problem, it's more complicated because normally if you watch our shit, you'll go, it's great. You're answering stuff that's on our page where we recommend you when they say get out of the car. Get out of the car, roll your window up, and you can, same time you're getting out of the car, you can hit your button, lock your door, put your keys in your pocket, and they tell you go to the curb, you go to the curb. Yeah. They tell you to put your hands behind your back, you do that. If you're in the state of California, they ask you to do a field sobriety test. Instead of saying, fuck you, you say I politely decline those because they're voluntary. You do not have to do the pre-arrest
field sobriety
unless you're under 21.
Unless you're under 21, or the on-site breathalyzer on the side of the road.
Anything before you were arrested.
So is that what you guys recommend?
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. So many people
You'll be a fucking idiot.
get arrested.
Seriously, I hate to say that, but you'll be a fucking idiot.
A drunk idiot.
Well, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that we also have to make clear is that you shouldn't drive impaired on anything.
Well, yes.
Well,
It's about impairment, not necessarily like one person's drunk is another person's. I got a little buzz going,
Right.
or whatever the
always got a
case may
slight
be.
buzz. I'm never drunk.
So as long as you're not impaired to drive, then it becomes ultra important that you know these rules and you don't do these things because
where these really come in handy, and it's probably more for alcohol than anything else.
Right.
Yeah. Most of our stuff is surrounded about cannabis stuff, but it really applies across the board to anything in your vehicle, no matter what it is. When you do when you're at a traffic stop, where was I going?
We were talking about the field sobriety tests and why you shouldn't do them and why you shouldn't do the on-site breathalyzer because they're designed to make you fail anyway. Right. Stand on one foot, put up both feet. I mean, what you can't do half that stuff. And there's videos that we posted. Cops who are arresting innocent people. It's all over. You just Google arrest innocent DUIs and it pops up because they didn't know their rights. They didn't know. Oh. If you had 2 or 3 shots at the bar and then we're driving home. Right after, and you go, I'm fine. It's not going to hit me yet. And then you blow into that thing, all that mouth alcohol, you're going to be 0.40 at that moment.
Damn.
And
you're not really impaired.
And you're not impaired at all. And the thing with cannabis is they can't
more
test for
important
it.
Actually to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Save yourself money and a lawyer, please.
We get a lot of people who I even said to the cop, I just smoked the bowl and a couple hours ago.
A couple hours ago.
I'm going
DUI.
Yeah. Well, and that cop said, well, you can't do that. You can't smoke cannabis and then drive.
Can you tell him shut the fuck up at that moment?
Yeah, I would.
No, we don't say tell them that.
That's
you
what
do
you
that.
Right.
That's why our script was I'm not discussing my day. How many drinks did you have? I'm not discussing my day.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Because what happens is, I hate it. It's a clear example of how this really works. Usually what we do is it works. Not to let you get off, not to have you go, not to get out of jail free card. It's for after it's for after being arrested, and if you are charged, you have all your rights, remedies, defenses. You didn't consent to a search. They did something illegal. We could pick it apart. They're gonna have messed something up. But if you do anything in there, give them any other reason, saying anything else, giving them any kind of anything at all. You're more screwed down the road.
And it's going to help prove that they violated your civil rights also. The less you say, the less you do, and it's all them. Because we always get, hey, if I say that, they're going to kick my ass. Right. And then we say, well, if you put your hands on the steering wheel, you've only said those 25 words, you handed over your license, insurance, and registration, you got out when they asked, and they kicked your ass, you're going to have a great lawsuit.
I'll get my ass kicked for a good check.
What did you do? Nothing.
And these... are the cops pretty much they're trained to come in here and try to talk?
They're trained. Yeah. It's like we don't hate them. We're not cop haters. We
hate bad cops.
We hate bad ones, and there are bad ones, but there's a lot out there that aren't. We've heard a lot of stories that people invoke the script, and they're like, man, we've had a couple people, I don't know if I believe them or not, tell them that the cop said, oh, you must follow the Pot Brothers at law.
Oh, yeah, it's true. We have a lot of cops who follow.
I'm sure, yeah.
And a lot of times they appreciate the non-argument, the non-confrontation, and just either give you something, give you the ticket, or maybe let you go. But the whole thing about the script and why we came up with I'm not discussing your day is it really applies to alcohol, because if they come up to the car, do you have anything to drink tonight?
Yeah, I had one or two.
It's a trick question I ask people at a bar. What are you going to say? A lot of people, I have one. Okay, fuck, you're out of the car.
You fucked up.
Okay? Or none. You're lying. Let's say you had 2 or 3 and you maybe at 0.08, but it was over an hour period, and you're like, you're not impaired, but you might blow, you don't know.
Yeah.
And so you just, I'm not discussing my day.
That's what I wanted to ask
I'm not
you.
discussing my evening. It's just that simple. You're not lying to them. And the point about DUIs is, if they're talking to you like this, asking you all these questions, they want you to do the field sobriety test, it's because they didn't see you drive impaired.
Yeah, they don't have enough.
They didn't see you drive impaired. If you're driving impaired, take you fucking in. Take me in.
Yeah,
if I'm over the road, you don't have to do the test.
Yeah.
But they do that because they don't have it already. And in my case, I did all this. I actually had it happen to me. I got out of the car. I'm like, am I being detained? At one point, I was like, fuck, they got me out of the car. Sat on the curb. what'd you drink? Blah, blah, blah. They saw me come out of a bar. My headlights were off from auto lights. Right. Valet turned off my auto part. So I'm like, fucking valet. And I turned them on. I go, what'd you pull me over for? I did. I was like, why'd you pull me over? Your lights are off. I go, fucking valet. What'd you drink? Well, like, where you coming from? Like, you saw where I came from, fucker. He was red dogging a goddamn bar, restaurant. He was. And I just, he wanted to know what I drank. And I had to, like, it was fucking the hardest thing I ever had to do. It's not easy, people. It's not easy when they're standing there. They're like 8 feet tall with their vest on and shit. And I'm not discussing my day after he asked me what I drank and he smelled alcohol. I'm like, am I being detained? Am I free to go? That was hard. Get out of the car. Boom. Windows up. Lock the car. Go to the... Follow this. I said, no, I'm not going to do any field sobriety tests. Thank you. And I just learned that, and I wasn't 100% sure. I actually wasn't 100% sure. But I just learned it.
What if you deny everything, though?
No. What I'm saying, though, is that's my point. Where in my instance, instead of waiting till I get arrested, not saying stupid shit, not consenting to a search, I got pulled over for my lights being off. I didn't say a word. Damn. I'm not discussing my day. I'm not telling you if I had 1 drink or no drinks or 3 drinks. You want to take me in for not having my lights on, then I guess I'm going to go in for that.
Right.
That's smart.
And that's what I was saying to them. The partner came up and he was in my face. You're not going to help us. We're just doing our job. And they were really bullying me, man. And I was hearkening back to days I was in a fraternity and we went through Hell Week and I was a pledge and they came and yelled in your face. And I was always good about just kind of staring through people. They don't scare them. I just look right through them. And I did that to this cop, and they finally like let me go. Like that's it. They didn't even give me a ticket. They were so befuddled because I was like, I'm not giving you one more thing. I don't have to do the tests. If I was all but saying, take me, no, go, get out of here, go back to Anaheim. This was in Costa Mesa. Anyways,
well, sometimes they take
but
people.
That's why you don't lie to police. If they decided to take me in and did my blood, and I had any amount, would have lied.
Now, taking blood, that's something by law they can do?
Mark, tell them about that.
So in California, and this is where, I know we're on YouTube, you got to Google your state. A lot are the same, but in California...
That's the wire of the house later.
As we had said, pre-arrest.
To the philosopher.
Pre-arrest, you don't have to...
He has got to spark one first.
You don't got to do those things pre-arrest unless you're under 21. After arrest... That's when the implied consent law kicks in, where when you sign your driver's license, you say you're also agreeing that if I'm arrested and alleged to be DUI, I will do a chemical test. Blood, breath, or urine. If they suggest it's drugs, then it's got to be blood. And if you refuse that, then they can go get a warrant, which they'll get, and get your blood, and then the DMV revokes your license for 1 year.
Regardless of if you have any alcohol.
For the refusal.
Damn.
Even if you end up not getting a DUI, you're still going to lose your license for a year for the refusal. Oh, and then we have to work to try to strike the refusal if that's even possible sometimes. Sometimes it is. But you don't, that's what you just need to know. And so, well, hey, I'd rather lose my license for a year than get a DUI. And then, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Just because they don't have your blood, there could be other factors.
Will your insurance still go up?
Oh, yeah, your insurance.
Regardless, even if you don't get the DUI? Because you refuse?
The refusal and that on the DMV is going to mess up your insurance, likely, yes.
Now, what's the average? I don't know if this is a question you can actually answer specifically. What's the average cost of a DUI nowadays that you get convicted for?
Well, I mean,
by the time you're done with attorney fees, all the court fees and everything,
it's gonna depend. Like we were talking earlier, depending on your attorney.
If you get a good attorney, you get a schmuck. Depending on that,
you're looking at anywhere from $2,500 to $20,000, and everything in between.
Well, no. But add on all the fines and penalties.
No, that was with that.
Okay.
That was with all the fines and penalties and stuff like that.
That's a lot of dope, man.
You know, and
so if your average is 10 G's.
That's fair. You know, that's fair because you're going to have to take an alcohol. Well, it all depends, too. What kind of defense do you have? That's the other thing, you know, and what kind of motions
What's the craziest case you've had DUI that fucking just stood out?
Oh, my God, that's so easy. That's so easy. I had a client who came to me. He had his first DUI, and that's nothing outstanding about
Nothing
it.
major.
He just got a DUI. Then about 3 years later, he came to me. He got another DUI. Again, no big deal. And then about 4 years after that, he called me up and he just said, I need to come in. And we'd always talked on the phone and stuff, and rarely did he come in. He came in and he said, and this is basically what happened. He had gone out, whatever, at the bar, this, that, forgot he took an Ambien or whatever else. And when he realized what was going on, he was going down a residential street in L.A. and going careening off of the cars.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Like 13 cars. 13 cars. And then he ends up going up a curb by a driveway where trash is.
Fuck yeah.
Part of the trash right there was a washer dryer.
Right.
So that's where he ultimately hits that, and he comes to arrest. That washer dryer flew into a little girl.
Oh.
Thankfully, she wasn't badly hurt or anything like that. I think broken leg or something. But that was the weirdest chain of events, and that was his third. He may have left for the Philippines. I don't know. But it wasn't looking too good. So that's the craziest DUI that I've ever had.
So he obviously didn't stick around to fight the case.
No, he just got to the Philippines with a bunch of broken legs.
For a while, I don't know, but he got the fucking living shit beat out of him by the neighborhood. They were. Oh yeah. He got
a little street justice.
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
No, I see a lot of this, you guys' stuff on your Instagram page. You guys got 1 million followers, man. That's huge, baby.
Crazy. Thank you.
That's huge.
Been 10 years.
But don't you guys smoke or advertise your brand on Instagram?
No, it's
you tell them about the rules.
We made a choice of literally reaching more people, because even though 1 million sounds like a lot of people still don't know their rights. And they don't know how to peacefully engage with law enforcement and show them, your rights. Most of them aren't going to hate for that. Some of them are going to get ticked off, but just listen to what they tell you to physically do. That's cooperation. We go over that on our page. What's cooperation? And what's
we were getting badly shadow banned.
Cooperation isn't, talking to them. It's listening to what they want to do. But so we want to get the word out to more people. And when I used to smoke. The whole thing was...
That was our whole thing.
Yeah, brother giving the tip and me standing behind him. It was like E.F. Hutton. If anybody's old enough to remember those commercials, it was an advertising brokerage. And said, when E.F. Hutton talks, everybody listens.
We didn't know or care or read the rules like most people of Instagram. You did it, don't do this, don't do that.
Didn't read the rules.
Or whatever.
Who
cares?
Come on. Wait. Who the hell reads
Nobody.
those terms of service?
We know one guy, and he's... So that's what happened with us.
Now, since we doubled...
It's been about a year ago.
Since we doubled our following, went over 1 million, it was because, he has to bleep fuck. He has to bleep cops. He has to bleep right. Literally these words, rights, constitution, cops, all this. Otherwise, AI is going to shadow ban us, which I learned...
Pot, weed,
what shadow ban really means is... It's only going out to your followers. Yeah. It doesn't go out to the world.
The algorithm.
He makes it so that the algorithm picks us up. And the reason we went more viral was it's going out to our followers and it's going out to the world on the feed somehow, whatever. And so we had to make the conscious decision we had to go through our page and take down
everything.
Snoop.
Everything.
Smoking with Snoop.
We had to delete 3,000, over 3,800 videos.
Every one. He goes, you have to just clean house.
Killer Mike.
We couldn't archive it. We couldn't do shit.
Just get rid of it.
And we just sucked it up and went, you know what? If we really want to grow the page and get the word out to more people,
we're going to believe
at first I was like, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was hard.
I love smoking and going to people. You want a lawyer who doesn't smoke? Fuck you. I don't care.
Well, and he put it in
find a guy who doesn't like you anyways because you deal in weed, but he's going to take your money.
He put it in perspective. 100%. He said, you have almost 500,000 followers when he came to us, and that was over like an 8-year period.
Right. Yeah.
And he said, if you were following the rules, you might have 10 million over the last 8 years if you weren't doing this, that, and the other thing. And
so how long did it take for you guys to actually see the growth? Because I'm sure there was a few days or weeks you were like, fuck this, man, it's not growing yet. And we took all our stuff down.
It was pretty.
It was pretty quick.
It was like a month or two because that was at a time. It was a year and a half ago or whatever it was when we were just bleeding followers from Instagram, as what everybody was. They were bleeding because they were getting more strict with the rules and stuff. And that's when he took over. And we had he stopped. When are you going to stop the bleed? You know, and the bleed ultimately stopped. And then within like 3 months, we started going back up, and we were at about 490,000 when he came in.
Yeah, we kept getting close to that 5, and we just couldn't break it. It kept going like up and down, up and down. I was like, oh.
And then within about 3 or 4 months, you know, we had 500, 600, and then
when did you guys break the million?
A couple months ago, it was less than a year that we had been with the dude. And
who's the dude? He's just the dude?
The dude.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Paul's thoughts on IG.
Paul, PNP Media.
PNP Media. So he's one of those guys that
knows the IG. He knows the... every 3 months.
He reads the rules.
Every 3 months, he calls us up and says, you can't say this, and this.
They changed this.
We had to start saying stuff. Now we say, they pulled you over.
Right, because we can't say cops.
And if we say, I mean, we can, but it's more work. It's getting to be more work on him.
He has to bleep it out. And it becomes annoying. It becomes annoying.
I'm for sure shadow.
You know what though? Oh no, I shouldn't say it. I'll get canceled.
It's too at this point.
This is YouTube, baby.
Yeah, at this point, we're in too deep.
It makes it easier on the pronoun thing when you just use they. It's they.
Oh yeah, Over here,
they pulled you over. They pulled you over. When you say they pulled you over, you know what we're talking about.
Did you say they them?
Right, but it's
they them.
I have not done that yet.
Your algorithm will get better, bro.
Yeah, oh my God. I don't know. Either way, I'll get fucked.
Hey, so when you guys walk in court, I don't know if you guys usually are in Orange County working.
I go everywhere in California, but all counties everywhere.
Have you found any DAs that are fans? You're like, hey, you're the popular.
Yes.
Sparking up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I get that. I just got it the other day. I was on a case in downtown LA, and we finished in front of the judge, and he goes, I love your commercials.
It's hard.
And I go, so you agree that, if we get a client that you should shut the fuck up, right? He said, yeah, of course.
And if they do that, then it's going to make it easier for us. It's really that simple.
So it's easier for everybody.
Is it legal at all for anybody, like since California pot is legal, what happens if you get caught with a jar like that going through LAX, going to let's say Texas?
Well, so that's going to vary, right? The vast majority of people are going to go right through.
Well, let's remember too, LAX specifically, it's their own internal policy. Under an ounce, they don't give a shit.
Okay,
that's what I read about at some point. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But everybody,
it's up there.
I think it's still up there. And under an ounce, they just don't care, right? TSA isn't gonna. They don't care. But when you get out the other end, and we've had people get busted out the other end, going in LA, out of LA with weed, and getting busted on the other side.
It ain't LA no more.
So but not airlines different than any other, because it's federal once you get on federal ground. But LAX decided it wasn't worth that hassle. They just didn't care.
Turn them over.
But a lot of other states, it's like, here's a bin. There's other states, legal states, they have a toss away bin.
That makes sense.
So if you're doing over and out, you gotta hide it better.
Stashing that shit somewhere.
So the real bottom line.
I'm get arrested, baby. I'm throwing it away.
The bottom line is, are you the unlucky one?
Right.
There you go.
Because not that many people get popped, but they do. And
it's like, know your risk. That's what we always tell people.
Don't be like,
can I fly with it? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Know the risk.
If you're going through a Russian airport, you're gonna throw it away from me.
You just won't catch me over there, dude. Why would you want to travel there?
I don't know, bro.
I don't get it. Why would you want to even go there?
Yeah, but Russia put you away in the gulag for 10 years, bro.
Done.
I get off the plane, they'd arrest me.
So now taking it onto a trip. If you're going, again, you're coming out of San Pedro, you're taking on a cruise, can you legally take a couple of
that's another one. No. You can do whatever you want. I won't say that.
Everybody got choices.
Different cruise lines have different tolerances.
And they have dogs, and when you walk in, I don't know what they're sniffing for exactly, because I may have brought some broccoli a few times. On the cruise with me. But no, it's illegal. You can get banned from the cruise line. They can leave you at port. I mean, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid, and people are on the smoking area in a lot of these cruises. They have a really big area, and people are out there fucking puffing. And I usually might be in the corner somewhere, where I stand between all these other people that are doing it, but not just
Can't
holding
take
it.
us all.
It's like cupped. You can't see it. I'm an old guy, looking around, going. I mean, I did it, 45 years ago, and it was not the same.
Oh yeah. No,
It's like flying
But
with
it's
it. Are
still
you
in my
unlucky?
head though. Am I going to go to jail?
Are you the unlucky one?
Again, if you're the one.
But
to
no,
get
you
cut.
can't. You're not supposed to take it on a cruise either. It's fucked. It's stupid and it's a dumb rule, but it's the rule.
Our post that we did, we do posts about that,
Yes.
and under the comments, there's a whole slew of, oh, fuck, I did it, I hope did it, and then you see the ones, they took everything, they kicked me off.
Yeah, some will just take it.
It happens.
Yeah,
Don't do it in your room.
So, we're just making people aware for those who are like, what?
They have dogs that walk the hallway now.
I thought I could do
Really?
this.
Take a vape, bro. Take a vape.
It is. It's
Yeah.
almost not
Right?
worth it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we can't take vapes on
Could be.
planes, though. So if one of you guys got arrested, would you represent yourself or won't one of the other brothers
Great
come in
question.
and, you know what I mean? I've been wondering that this
you
whole
can't
time.
represent yourself.
You can't?
I'd have to trust him. He
He didn't answer. He's
Yeah,
gonna represent
that's
himself.
why I was waiting for that
That's what
pause.
it's
Like,
for.
wait a minute,
But
man.
I do all the criminal defense.
Just tell me what to do. I'll do it.
Has weed been
Depends on the case.
marked down from the federals?
No,
Is
not
it?
yet.
It's still,
No.
It's still like heroin.
That's still
or-
another stupid, idiotic, political bullshit. Is why it's still on the fucking list. How many presidents have we had that are supposedly liberal that haven't done it? Fuck.
They
Are
don't
you
inhale,
serious?
bro. They don't inhale, bro.
Gives a fuck. Inhale. Tell me you inhale. I'll vote for that guy.
They didn't get
There
hit in
you go.
office either.
That's who I'm voting for. Is the guy who fucking inhales and is still inhaling and is sitting there going, "What are we gonna do with this fucking mess we
Stressed
have?
out, yeah.
I mean, what are we gonna do with this mess?
Let's smoke another doob.
Let's smoke a joint and talk about it, right?
Facts.
Let's be reasonable. I mean,
Peace pipe.
that was one of our things starting the page. It was even before really STFU. That just kind of started and snowballed. It was more of breaking the stigma. It was standing there as attorneys smoking, going, no one else wants to give out free advice. They want to charge you after you get busted.
Right.
People are like, you want more work. We're trying to keep you out of trouble. But we stopped answering to
Yeah,
hate.
I think the stigma of bud or flower or whatever. What do you guys call it? You guys call it bud or weed or
Broccoli, bro.
Cannabis.
Broccoli.
My new term,
Cannabis.
unfortunately, is broccoli. It's gonna
Broccoli.
be-
Come on, G.
broccoli, bro.
But in all seriousness, the word cannabis.
Just did a set of fucking tips that all had broccoli in it. So our guy didn't have to
IG.
bleep.
That's
right.
He didn't have to bleep every
code.
other word.
It's code.
we gotta learn these things, fool.
Yeah, no, bro.
That's like no cap bet.
Hey, it's all right. We said worse.
But I'm pretty adamant about just the word cannabis over all the other words,
Yes.
especially when you're talking to somebody who we're trying to get help from, to change things, to get it descheduled, not rescheduled, descheduled. And you talk to these people who they already have a negative image of it, right?
Yeah, of course.
And you use weed, it's
Still
just
out
a
there,
drug, it's just a
unfortunately.
drug. It's just but when you're talking to certain people, not here, and people watching and stuff like that, but the people you're talking to, trying to convince them, vote for it this time.
Yep.
Vote. We've all had that discussion with people like, oh, it's not right. And
Get involved.
It's still a drug. And
Well, no, I think the simple question is, and people don't, I think, hit this hard enough on all the big talk shows and the talking heads and shit, is if the majority of states, people in those states have said, we want legal cannabis, okay, in those states, how come those states' representatives at the federal level have not done what they want and what they've done? The state has already made it legal.
No.
Why are you on the top, whatever side it is? I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Why haven't you gone to Washington and said, I don't like it, but my state wants it? Look what they already did.
Probably make more money. Just
We
take
could
it anyway.
fucking have federally legal cannabis already. But it's,
sure.
don't get me started on that shit.
you started it.
Oh, yeah, I know. Please. That was the.
Because you got a lot of people in prison for stuff that, in California, you're not going to be in jail for stuff like that.
No.
You're not really.
Well, and that's why-
the penalties for cannabis isn't that bad unless you're selling to a minor or exporting out of state.
Now,
Now.
Because there's still people,
everything
for
else
sure.
still could be 6 months in jail, up to a year, maybe misdemeanors. So there's still jail time associated with weed. If you have more than an ounce and you don't have your rec, we recommend everybody still get their doctor's recommendation.
Oh, yeah.
That way you can have 8 ounces at a blink of an eye. Cops know 8 ounces. You could actually have 20 ounces, whatever the doctor
and
says.
then you could
need.
actually smoke. You could actually smoke pretty much where you want. In fact, in California, if you have that physician's recommendation, because if you don't,
It's a good nugget.
If you don't, you can't smoke in public.
Technically or legally.
Right.
You could get a ticket for it.
You could do some heroin and fucking meth in public.
But don't be smelling like
That's that
don't be
biting care,
smelling like
G.
cannabis.
That's that biting care.
That's you there.
But if you
me
have the
down.
physician's recommendation, there become only 5 places you cannot smoke.
We haven't done that tip lately.
Yeah, and one is 1,000 feet within a school or youth facility.
Unless you're in a home.
In a motor vehicle that's operating while operating a boat in a no smoking zone and on a school bus.
Fuck, I broke just about every single one of those already.
Man, I'll be 1,001 feet from that school zone.
The no smoking zone could be one that you're at a restaurant and they say no smoking here. Because you can be at another restaurant and they say you can go smoke over there.
Right.
You know, and Disneyland, you can't, they'll kick you out.
Oh, for sure.
And they'll kick you out if you bring mushrooms in, and you could get a misdemeanor for that.
No broccoli in Disneyland.
Just-
You gotta go.
Broccoli and Disneyland.
Yeah, you gotta take shrooms to Small World.
Well,
You do.
You do.
Well, you got to.
Yeah, I can't go back to Disneyland anymore.
Well, and you have to be smart.
Stroller hell.
Stroller hell.
I had a client. He bought a chocolate mushroom bar online, which anybody could do.
Right.
geez.
And he went to Disneyland, and it was in his little bag.
There you go.
At in its original packaging.
Oh, smart.
And they look at it, and they're like, "What's this?" He says, "That's a mushroom bar I bought online." Well, you can't have this.
There you go.
The Disney employee called the Disney cop. The Disney cop came and
Disney
called the
cop at
Anaheim
Mickey Mouse.
PD.
Oh my God.
They arrested him on a
bro.
misdemeanor possession of narcotics for that chocolate
That's
bar.
weird.
Don't
bro.
think mushrooms is
Just-
legal because
just
everybody's
so you
selling
know.
it, man.
He should have ate that.
And
I
you know
hope
what?
he ate that shit
He
right
was
there,
the
bro.
unlucky one.
Hey, yeah, what's up with that? I see that nowadays. Like you go into like,
Supposedly they're non-detect.
Is that what it is?
They're synthetically done. I got a client actually working on a non-thin set
Synthetic.
Yes.
non-detect mushroom that I don't do them, but from what I'm told, they fucking get you good and it doesn't
They get
have
the wheels turning.
It doesn't have the
Yeah.
detectable amount of the psilocybin or whatever the fuck is in
Yeah.
there.
so it's a loophole.
The loophole.
Hey.
First
that's,
one
that's
to the
when we go
loop-
back
first
to shut
one
the
to the
fuck up
loophole.
on that one, G.
That's all I
don't
can
know
say
nothing
about
about
that. And
that.
that's all I got to say about that.
Hey, so you guys can't even advertise your product
Not
on
on, our,
IG?
not on our
No.
IG.
Nah. And they
Our
pick
what?
up
Our
so well.
STFU pre-rolls?
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm
Check them
talking
out.
about.
Check out. I think it's on. Is it on Weed Maps?
So here's how you
I
can.
don't even know what store they're in now
if-
because our
if
guy's
you're-
getting fucked.
If you're in LA, you can go to Green Paradise LA. They're carrying them.
Good
And
people too. They're a social equity retail store.
Yeah, if you go to kushagram.com, they deliver and have a couple stores.
Bless you.
So that's it, kushagram.com.
Yeah, we figured it's a low cost
Green Paradise
it's
LA.
a low cost pre roll. It's
$5.
made with real green, good trim. If you break it open against almost any other $5-6 pre roll, there's no comparison. You'll break ours open. And I got scared because I had to do this once with somebody who broke open one they had, and I hadn't done mine. This was out of the batch,
Right.
Not the original. What we looked at and said, okay, yeah, this is good. You know, let's use this.
Let's see.
It's good. It's all right. There's nothing in it. It's no terpenes. There's no batter. There's no shatter. There's just a good,
Pure.
inexpensive
Right.
pre-roll. And he breaks this open. And it's fucking brown and little dirt, and it's got the little white from the sea, whatever the fucking thing. And I break mine open just praying.
There was grandma's
And
weed
it
in
was
there.
just green. Just green. All green. That was it. All green.
what
So
There you go.
So it's a real good value, and if you smoke a lot of joints, it's
Have you
good.
guys had
Well, listen, if you smoke our pre-roll, it is an indica, you will shut the fuck up when cops ask questions, okay?
Yeah. So, and is it also fair to say if somebody smokes your pre-roll, you have the rights to tell the cops to shut the fuck up? All right, don't do that.
No, don't
Don't
do
do
that.
that.
You.
Don't do that.
Follow them, not me.
You shut the fuck
That's
up.
why I gamble.
No, one of the big events we were at, we were on stage. There was a big ass crowd. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a High Times event or something. And first thing we asked the crowd is, "What do you say to the cop when he first walks up and this guy yells out, 'Shut the fuck up'?" We're like, no, at the end. That's at the end, and that's what you do.
They
That's
do get
what-
excited to
people,
say it to
please,
us.
Like, read
that's
the
what
card.
you do.
Read the
You
card.
shut the fuck up.
Just so you know, I'm that guy. I would have been him.
Perfect sticker. Perfect sticker.
That goes for the oil change goes. You can get that
Oh,
at
that's
PBAL merch, pballmerch.com.
For people who don't know the script, man.
Well, you know what? We give people the card and say, put it in your wallet behind your ID. And on the back of the card is a script. And then people actually ask for the sticker because if you forget it, you don't want to reach for your wallet. You don't want to pull it
Yeah,
out.
that's great.
It's right there because it's nerve-wracking when they're up on the window and you have to tell them this. You have to say it a couple times at home first because it's going to be very difficult to get out of your mouth.
Try when they
He's gonna
raid your
say,
house.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, hey, can I see that again? Can you show me that? See, the fucked up
So-
part is I'm dyslexic, so I just see shut the fuck up.
That's all. Hey, and you know what we tell people? At the end of the day, if you can't remember this script,
Thank
There
you,
you
sir.
go.
shut the fuck up.
There you
That's it.
go.
Remember that.
there you
Remember
go.
at least that. Well, we could do.
Just don't tell the
Let's
cop.
do the script review.
Yeah,
So-
let's do this.
So actually, let's do the script challenge with you. Now, that's our
man.
that's our
Right,
game
that's
show.
right.
The script challenge is
you ain't
we
gonna do like the water challenge.
we'll see how it goes. But so we started doing this during the pandemic on Instagram Live, and now we can't do it on Instagram Live. So we've shifted to every Friday just a Zoom link, basically that
okay.
we send out, and if you come in, you can play the script challenge, which is when I say I'm the cop, I pull you over, then it starts.
Right.
And the only thing you're allowed to say are the 25 words in the order that we teach it. And you might need to know some bonus questions about search consents and asking for attorneys,
Right.
consenting for searches. Okay, so those are the rules. Are you ready to play the script challenge?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
What's your
Program
name and where are you
time, homie.
from?
Why did you pull me over?
No.
I like that.
Hey,
I haven't even started
well, I
yet.
thought you were the police.
No,
so
that was the start.
yeah.
That was good.
You know what's funny is you don't even know when the start is.
Yes, I do.
The start is when I say, I'm the cop, I pull you over.
right.
That's when the game has started.
You
didn't
didn't
say
say
that,
that.
I did. Right. We run it back. I said it.
Once
He
you took
knows
his
I
gun, I
said
said, this guy's the police
I
right
know,
here, bro.
right?
Hey, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, G.
So
Right.
as part of the game,
Okay.
what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Gil. I'm from North Hollywood.
All right. Now, are you ready for the script challenge?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Major.
Now, I'm the cop.
There
I
he
pull
is.
you over, and I say, "What's that smell in your car?"
Why did you pull me over?
You didn't use your blinker. How come you didn't use your blinker? Is your blinker broken?
Sir, I'm not discussing my day.
I don't care about your day. You got a broken blinker. Are you going to fix it?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You know, with an attitude like that, you're being detained. Now you're going to tell me if you're going to fix the broken blinker? You're being detained.
Sir, I invoke my fifth and I'm going to shut the fuck up.
That's right.
I guess you
right.
could theoretically say that. I'm
Right.
going to shut the fuck up.
You could.
That's your choice. You would be a winner on the script challenge. You would win the script stickers. We might have a shirt for you. And that's how we play the script challenge.
That's what's
That's
up.
dope.
That's
So,
what's
so what are you
up.
guys doing on Fridays? At what time?
Fridays, noon Pacific,
What
3
I've-
p.m. Eastern. And it's
What
on our YouTube channel.
What I'd really like to do, if she could video us doing the script challenge, doing the script
Yes.
in Espanol.
Yeah.
Can you? I want to do a card actually that has that because we have a huge
That's
population.
what's up.
What do you say?
That-
Pull over. What did you?
Here, no, look.
Oh, what do you
yeah,
got?
Yeah, look at it a few times before we start.
Yeah, for
We can
sure.
talk about something else right this minute. But
can
yeah,
do that.
that would be great.
In Spanish.
Yes.
Let's do that before we go.
All right. Yeah.
I was going to do it at one point. I speak a little, but it was like, I just don't want to be that guy looking like I'm
we did it-
looking like my wife would fucking slap me.
¿Por qué me paraste?
Me trying to do it in Spanish, we'd be like, no.
We did it once with a Spanish lady attorney who does immigration a long while
Yeah,
ago.
I don't even know where that
There you
is.
go.
We need to do a new one.
All right, that'll be perfect.
absolutely.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. We'll do it after the show. Hey, Chris, let's put the phone number up there and see if people got any questions for the attorneys here. It's $4.99 a minute.
There you go.
We might be starting a subscription.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a month.
What do you guys?
Like $4.99 a month, and you can call and
Only
ask
fans
us.
or what you guys doing? You
That's
dancing
right.
around?
You should.
That's right. You should.
The silver fox over there. Hey,
Wind me up. I'll go.
I hear there's this foot thing going around.
Oh, bro, why don't we have that? Why doesn't the other Chris have that?
oh shit! Let me make sure we're Bluetooth connected.
Hey,
so what are you guys trying to do with that? With the subscription?
No, we're just possibly we're contemplating it, thinking, you know, people have such a hard access to attorneys, and for some real cheap price, they can call us twice a month, 15 minutes, and you got a question, you want bullshit, you got a question.
That's
you can't
pretty sick.
you can't just call up attorneys and they want 500, 5,000.
You want to come smoke with us?
That's extra.
So you guys are like the better help.
They used to have that out here. Remember Van Nuys Law Dogs?
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, Law Dogs. He was an attorney who owned the hot dog
billboard
place.
right there.
And
Yeah.
once a week or something, you'd go out there and you could ask him a question.
Sick ass fool.
Works out, right?
Yeah, sick ass fool. That's actually not a bad idea though.
That's my handle, Law Dog.
Hey, Gil.
I saw that on the license.
Gil, can you shoot me one of those real quick as the cop?
Which one? Oh,
Yeah,
these?
yeah. Let me do a run with you real quick.
What you got? What you got?
You're the cop.
I'm the cop.
He wants you to be the cop.
All right. Fuck, I don't have my glasses today, bro.
Oh fuck, you don't have the aviators, fool.
I got my aviator. Let me use these. Bro. I'm gonna fucking.
This out, Pop. I got you guys.
You're that guy.
I got you guys right now. Pay
You
attention.
just got to say, I'm
All
the
right,
cop,
all right,
I pull
all right.
you over.
I pay attention.
I'm the cop. I'm pulling you over.
Shut
right?
the fuck up.
Hotline. What we got? So just tapping in with the.
I have a question for your attorneys there. I recently got pulled over for a red light violation. I was making a left-hand turn. The police officer was out of Oceanside. I live in Temecula. By the way, I'm Anthony out of Temecula, California.
What's up, man?
Thank you,
Awesome.
Anthony.
Pleasure.
Okay, so on the red light ticket, making a left. He's off duty. He's Oceanside. He's actually my neighbor. He lives like 3 blocks away. He's
Fucker.
a total whatever.
Oh, shit.
So he pulls me over, and he gives me a ticket. And I was polite with him and everything, and it is what it is. And since then, I went online to fight. There's these attorneys that'll fight these tickets for you. So should I go through them, or should I just play the game and try to show up to court and hopefully he doesn't show up?
Well,
And with
okay.
that, I'll let you go
Thank
because
you.
I know there's going to be other callers.
Thank you.
But if you could answer me that question, I really appreciate it.
For sure, boss.
I can answer that.
Go ahead.
I can answer that because I've been doing traffic citations since I started also, and really, whether or not you ran that red light, it sounds like you shut the fuck up. You didn't say anything. You didn't make any kind of admissions or anything.
You don't
like
want
that.
them to be able to make a little note on the ticket.
Right. And whether or not you did ultimately is for a judge to decide. Maybe they made a mistake. Now, we all know that if they don't show up, then the case is going to get dismissed. So you're going to have, I believe, there's going to be an arraignment date. There's going to be a date. And you can, if you're in California, you should be able to go right online and find your ticket and continue the arraignment. They usually give a 60-day courtesy continuance. And then after that, I would suggest going in and trying to continue the arraignment one more time. And then after that, you go in and you plead. Well, one thing you need to know is, are you eligible for traffic school? Right? And if you haven't gone in the last 18 months, then you're not eligible. But if you have, you need to keep that in mind.
If you haven't done it, you're eligible.
Correct. Right. Sorry. If you haven't done it, you're eligible. And you want to keep that in mind because there are some judges out there that at the arraignment stage, they'll say, you're eligible for traffic school. You sure you want to do that? No, I want to set it for trial. There are judges who will say it's not going to be available for you the day of trial because he knows you're banking that the cop ain't going to show up and you want to do it now or not. And that's up to you because some judges, they don't care. You can walk in the day of trial and still say, you know what, I went traffic school now.
And they'll give it to you.
And to that effect, you want to continue as much as you can to put more space in between, and then increases your chances.
Does he
that
need an attorney
cop's
to
not
do
gonna
that? Or
show
you can
up.
just go in there yourself and do that.
No, well, it's easier for attorneys to do that. I mean, my calendar is different.
I think it all depends on, do you not want to be bothered with it and have to go? You don't have to
Correct.
go at all, ever, to a traffic citation.
you can
if
do it
have a
all
lawyer.
online.
So do you got money or don't you?
Well,
Sometimes.
or do you have points on your record? Are you
Right.
is it gonna affect your insurance? I'll tell you this: an open container of cannabis. If you go to a licensed legal shop and you buy one of our joints and you pop the tube and you take a couple hits and then you put it back in and you didn't put it in your center console. It's an open container, just like alcohol. And if you get pulled over and they ultimately find it or see it or whatever, it's an infraction, but it's a point on your record.
Oh shit! I didn't know
So
that.
a lot of people end up wanting to fight
Leave
those.
nothing in plain sight. Nothing. Every time law enforcement walks up to your car, they were trained to look. When you watch them on any kind of TV show, they're walking up from behind, looking in every crook or cranny or whatever fucking hole they can look
crevice.
through.
Another question. This one's for me. I got a ticket.
Body hide the
This
body.
was maybe like 4 years ago, right? I don't know if the laws have changed. I got a camera ticket, right? Running a red light. I went online and did my own Googling. I never responded to it. And it disappeared. I heard that if you don't respond to them, it's like not signing a ticket saying you were there.
No. You sounds like you got lucky.
You better call us because
Damn,
there's
G.
probably a
Sounds like you-
warrant out somewhere for you.
Sounds like you got lucky, or what my brother said is true. So yeah, you give us your information so I can just run it just to.
They already
just to
ran
feel
my. They were trying to
safe.
arrest me a few months ago.
That's crazy. The live just
Still,
Yeah, I saw that online, and you go through in the rabbit hole, and that was a lot of people saying, yeah.
doesn't happen to everybody.
It doesn't happen to
It
everybody.
doesn't happen to everybody.
So
It's kind of like flying with it and going on a cruise.
I've been giving
Damn,
advice. I've been giving
G.
bad advice to all my friends, bro. I'm like, bro,
Damn,
just
G. You sound like me now. That's nothing major.
But getting away with it doesn't make it legal. That's all.
but they took the cameras down for a while, right? Because they were having issues with the law.
There were some
I forget. Some are still up. Some had issues with the people running it or the organization. I read something about it, but I don't know.
So the cameras are legal for them to.
Yeah, for the red lights.
Yes.
Yeah. There's nothing illegal about them that I'm aware of.
Hotline. We got the Pot Brothers at Law. Talk to us.
Kole, what's up, my man? How you guys doing today, man?
Pistola, talk to us, man. We're good over here, homie.
I got a question. All right, so how are the laws on like smoking weed when you rent, like in the you rent?
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's up to the person who owns the home. It's literally up to.
Even if it's like a third party, like sometimes they're rented by these private companies or the bank or.
Yeah, I mean it depends what's in their lease or their rental agreements, and it's really messed up. We talked to a lot of people in apartment complexes where we get this question a lot, and it's really up to the landlord. That's really the answer, my brother.
Don't get caught,
I'm
fool.
not sure that's what you wanted to hear, but that's the
Don't
answer.
get caught, bro.
That's it. You don't get caught, fool.
That's right. That's right. Deodorize.
You guys have a good one.
Thank you, Pistola.
Thank you.
Light a couple candles.
Yeah,
fool.
yeah. A little incense.
That's it. G. Yeah, a little sex on the beach.
You guys don't have any spray yet? You guys need the Pot Brothers at Law. Fuck it.
And shut the fuck up, spray.
We like spray.
That's right,
bro.
We've been working on teaming up with our buddies over at Spray 420.
Spray 420?
They've got the goods.
They got some good spray.
They got the good spray.
deodorizer.
Does it look like a pepper spray or berry spray? That's what I was
It's just a can.
beautiful. I love that. I love that.
So how long have you guys now been practicing law? How many years?
30?
That many years, huh?
I'm 27.
Ah!
So
That's
and if you
right.
were paying attention earlier,
like my brother-in-law says, not around the waist, not even around your waist.
37 fucking years.
37 years.
That's what's up.
And how long you guys gonna keep going for? Till the casket drops?
Probably. I don't know about that long. I'm going to give myself some time. Although right now I'm doing, I'm living life.
You're enjoying
Working
life.
hard. It's like everybody else. Work hard, play harder.
That's right.
You gotta, you can't lose track. Things could be gone in a minute. It could be
Sir.
gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You could be like our dad who passed away
7 months ago.
7 months
No.
ago.
Sorry.
Wait. No,
yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
People people were tripped out by me because I was like, okay, I'm sad my dad's not here, but he died literally 2 weeks shy of his 90th birthday.
That's right.
2 weeks before he died, he was hitting 90-mile-an-hour fastballs in the batting cage,
Oh, damn.
wearing his
That's
Detroit
right.
Tiger uniform like a little leaguer.
That's right.
And I mean, it was 2 weeks and done. It was time. It was time. Yeah, and he had a great fucking life.
Great ride.
Maybe-
And
I
you
gotta say this.
Got to live it.
Google LA Times, Benny Wasserman, and a guy named Steve Lopez did a couple of articles on our dad and his quest to hit 90 at 90, and then actually came out for the memorial.
ESPN
No way.
was going to do it.
Don't
ESPN was going to do it, and my dad, fuck, dude, you couldn't wait 3 weeks. They literally were going to come to the hospital too, and he just went down so quick, which is actually a blessing because that's how you want to go. So many people get drawn out and.
Right.
You know, we were doing 30 for 30 presents 90 at 90.
So he lived a full.
Still say he hit 90 at 90 still.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. So it's
live life.
It's one of those stories. Yeah, you live life, and maybe be so lucky to have a life like your father's. Right? That's a great way to look at it.
He got his own baseball card, dude.
No way.
I might have some in the car.
Tops made
He has his own baseball card that's sold on eBay.
The Silver Slugger.
That's hard.
Ones that he signed are going for, I don't know,
Silver Slugger.
$8.95 or some shit.
That's what's up.
That's the OnlyFans name right there.
Where do you guys? Where's your guys' office at? You guys out of Orange County?
We're on the border of LA, Orange County in Stanton, which is just south of Buena Park.
Tanton is how they call it over there, Holmes.
Yeah, it can be.
Shout out to Orange County, man.
That's closer to where our buddy's office is.
So we just want to say we appreciate you guys coming on, man. This was a great podcast. I love your guys' energy. Go ahead and look at the cameras and let people know where they could find you. IG, as far as business, everything goes, my man.
All right, so we're all over social media. On IG and TikTok, it's at Pot Brothers at Law, but because of my brother here, POT_@_law_.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole story I won't tell you.
There's an underscore in between each word.
Oh,
Pot
shit.
Brothers at Law. That's both on Instagram
I didn't know a space left an underscore.
and TikTok.
10 years ago.
And then Facebook and YouTube and the rest, just Pot Brothers at Law. Comes right up. X, we're there a little bit too. And if you want to reach out to us, 855-WASS-LAW, WASSLAW. We handle all areas of criminal defense. My brother does all the business, cannabis business, regular business, mergers, acquisitions, all of it. And if you're in another state, call us. We might be able to help you. We have a really wide-reaching referral network of attorneys across the nation. And so if you need anything at all, 855-WASS-LAW. And, of course, potbrothersatlaw.com is our official website.
That's right.
Stay lit.
Stay lit. All right.
And shut the fuck up when cops ask questions.
Appreciate you guys tapping in with us. You know what it is, man. Go Dodgers. We're out of here, baby.
Dodgers.
All right, we're going to do this one.
Oh, yeah, in that video.
Should we stand in front and do it or sit here?
I think sit here.